article in question which I wrote and published in the current issue of Organiser from New Delhi is not something very new. It's already available in the internet, in the social media like Google, YouTube, etc. So what I did was a very simple process, a childish play of gathering this existing information, collecting it, upgrading it in the wake of the controversy arising out of Police 3, Delhi paid in the Kerala Bhavan, and detecting beef being served to the big piece of Kerala. I just upgraded that, the existing information. You see, so there is nothing new. It is not something I just plucked out of the air like a magician. Nothing of that sort. Everything is available. Now, as far as this controversy is concerned, I can tell you that I have been practicing law since the last quarter century, not only in India but many parts of the world. And my thrust is social issues, investigating the realities. Because I did MA in philosophy and sociology, I tried to go understand very deeper, find out the realities and truths. Therefore, I found out what the police did in Delhi at Kerala Bhavan is perfectly legal. It is their obligation to maintain law and order. Now supposing, instead of beef, the police got the information that there is a bag lying there with bomb. It is their obligation to enter upon the organization in question, upon the Kerala Bhavan or any organization, conduct investigation, find out truths, avert unfortunate accidents or realities. Okay, this is one issue of the entire issues. Now, again, the very important thing is that what I did was exercising my fundamental rights of freedom of expression, which anybody can do. My freedom of expression, my views, is guaranteed to every citizen in this country. Unfortunately, most strangely, I have been receiving calls from Kerala since last night, last evening, asking me to be cautious because someone will suddenly appear from somewhere, kidnap me and murder me. This is called a violent reaction. That is not required. Someone insisted me to lodge an FIR, which I have already done. Wherever I move about, I have already lodged FIR with the police station. Wherever I move about, okay. So my question is, why there is a violent reaction to this issue, my article? All my well-wishers, my friends, my clients, etc. based in Kerala, they have been calling me. Hundreds of calls I received since last evening, saying that be cautious, they will murder you. Why they can't come out with their freedom of expression? They can give out a rejoinder to my article. They can say whatever you said is totally false, wrong. They can get the article published in not only one periodicals, but thousands and thousands of periodicals of Kerala. You got it? So this is the issue. Now the second issue, which concerns or which disturbed the Keralites people, are with regard to the Malappuram district. I wrote something about Malappuram district. Now this, my observation or the arguments which I advanced in my argument, in my article, is based on a talk, public talk, delivered by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy at New York. He was a professor of economics at Harvard University. Entire 1 hour he devoted his talk on the circumstances prevailing in Malappuram district, and thereafter there was also an interactive session. In fact, for your information, I would also say that one of my friends in Mumbai, he wanted to reduce this talk by watching YouTube in the form of a writing and get it published in the mainstream media. So it is not something new to me that I am criticizing about Malappuram district. The reality is already there. Only thing you find time, go to the Google. Because I am functioning from a highly advanced, technologically advanced environment in Mumbai, I get instant information. I got my juniors, I asked them, you get this information, I got the information. So, in the same way, whatever I wrote about EMS Namboodiripad is also available on the Google, internet. You just type, go to the Google, EMS. That's all, very simple. You get the entire information. How the personal desiring interest, the motivation behind the creation of the Malappuram district, everything is written crystal clear, volumes of documents you will get. Okay. Now, as far as my observation with regard to the Chief Minister of Kerala, that is Ummanchandi, is concerned, I happened to see a news item in the Madhrubhumi newspaper, which is a prominent newspaper of Kerala. There was a news item that one of the cooperative banks in the district of Kerala, what is that bank's name? Some bank's name, cooperative bank. You see, there he passed an instruction. He asked them to waive loan borrowed by the Christians, as far as the Christians are concerned, to waive that loan, the money borrowed by them, and proceed against the non-Christians for recovery proceedings. Now, to my mind, I got the information straight from the newspapers. Okay. Now, with regard to the violence in Kerala, there is already a book available. The Keralites, they are working like slaves in the Middle Eastern countries. Come to Kerala and then carry on strikes and lockout. I think that name is Adu something in Malayalam, Adu and which was translated into English and published by Penguin. If you happen to read that, Adu you will come to know about the violent situations of Kerala. Now, I have also mentioned about Kannur district. That was based on an article appeared in New Indian Express, which they call Kannur, the killing field. I have got a clippings in my Mumbai office. Unfortunately, you are approaching me at a time while I was touring around the country. You see, I am a lawyer in Mumbai. I will be shortly moving to Delhi. Okay. Now, our courts, the Honorable High Court of Mumbai is on holidays. So, I am on a Deepali vacation extended leave in order to make material to write up. I have been in the freelance journalism. My article have been published in many parts of the world. And I take social issues. Now, for example, last year the Honorable High Court had passed a judgment saying that a doctor studied in homeopathic medicine cannot prescribe any other medicine in allopathy. That is quackery. I objected to that observation of the Honorable High Supreme Court, saying that it is not quackery at all, because all the branch of medicine, allopathy, homeopathy, Unani, everybody is studying the same thing except pharmacology. Therefore, Honorable Supreme Court is wrong in saying that it is a quackery. No, the Honorable Supreme Court has asked one doctor, homeopathy doctor, who prescribed a medicine, over-the-counter medicine, to pay out 5 lakhs rupees. I objected to that observation of the Honorable Supreme Court by way of exercising my fundamental rights of freedom of expression. This is called constructive criticism, not destructive criticism. You get an opportunity, what is wrong with you, and then improve upon that, remove that. This is the idea of my article. And for your information, I am not affiliated to any particular ideologies or any political thinking process, nothing. I go, as I told you already, my thrust of writings, my thrust of professional practice is based on the social reality in the long run for the benefit of the future people, the generation, one after the other. So what is wrong with that is I am expressing, and if at all something wrong, come out, you tell me. Rather than violent reaction, I am based on that. I have already lodged a police complaint in Mumbai, in Delhi, wherever I move around. I already lodged FIR. I am saying that I am getting threat of violent reaction of my article, and therefore, if at all something goes, the police would have to take care of my life, my material, my relatives, my friends, my property in Kerala, etc., etc. You got it? So this, in short, whatever I would like to say on this issue, I said, but in spite of that, if you want to ask me something, I am ready and willing to reply to that. And I would again emphasize, I have no guilty consciousness, or we call in legal parlance, mens rea, to defame anybody. No, I have greatest regards and respect towards the Chief Minister of Kerala, Chandi. He is a great administrator. And Pinarayi Vijayan, he has got his own technique to deal with situation. But those issues which I have dealt with are to be brought to the notice of the members of the public, and remedial measures are to be taken. You got it? In case you have any doubt with regard to this article, I am ready and willing to respond to your question. Okay? And I am in the field of writing. I wrote last month on Spain, in a country, foreign country. The situation was going on in Spain. Some clue I got from material I developed on that. And I am getting congratulations on those who are living already in Spain. They are not aware of the reality which they are going to face. Okay? So therefore, whatever I have emotion, I am telling you this based on the calls I have been receiving from Kerala and my response to that. And I received bad words which one should not use in the internet. Fuck off, you bloody bastard. These are all the words I am getting, from which one can understand the mental outlook, the aspect of those who are living in Kerala. I received from Islamic countries also in reaction to this through the internet. As a democratic person, as a person living as a citizen of this democratic society, one is to think whether this kind of reaction, violent reaction, is good for the society, is good for the community, is good for the village, is good for the society, is good for the state, good for the nation, etc. One has to sit down and think. Okay? Everything is there in the current issue, or if you don't get any material, go to the internet. Open up, Google. You search on the YouTube the talk delivered by Dr. Subramaniam Swami with regard to the affairs which are going on in the Malappuram district. So I have just taken a very little portion of that. What do you call chicken feed? Not even chicken feed, not even one person, not even tip of the iceberg. I just gave a passing reference of what Dr. Subramaniam Swami delivered at New York with regards to the goings on at Malappuram district. Nothing new about it. Okay? I am very emotional about it. And I am again emphasizing, I am not emotionally ridden person. My country, my language, my mother tongue, nothing of that sort. I work for the unity, integrity of the country and for the image of the country. Why this intolerance from Kerala? Recently you are aware of the People's Sahitya Academy Awards being returned for the sake of intolerance. Where are they? This is called intolerance. You are not allowed to exercise your fundamental rights of freedom of expression. Where are they? Are they sleeping? I was told that 35 people have already returned their Sahitya Academy awards. They have put the entire country into define the entire world. Where are they? I have to get this answer, otherwise I am going to sue, file a writ petition before the Honorable Supreme Court. I must get an answer to this. Where are those who have returned the Sahitya Academy awards to the government? Why they are not waking up with this intolerance of Kerala? Why this violent reaction? Why this threatening unleashed to my relatives, my good wishes, my persons, my relatives, my property, threat is already unleashed. They have to come out from their hiding. I was told they are now living in under hiding this Sahitya Academy awards because truth has now come out. They have not spoken even a single word during the draconian emergency period. What do you mean say? And those incidents which has taken place only the Congress ruled state, I am again emphasizing the fact I am not affiliated to any particular ideology, religion, community, caste, religion, nothing of that sort. I am an individual, human, integrated human being. Which appeared in Arab news when I was there sometime in the year 1989, where there was Iranian hooliganism. They fought against the Holy Mosque. I wrote an article which appeared in Arab news. I said it is a contemptuous act, perpetration upon a religious organization. And that article appeared in the front page of Arab news. And that article was exhibited in a seminar, in a condolence meeting. So I am conscious of not a particular community or religion. I am conscious of the reality, whether it is affecting Muslims, because whatever situation I have mentioned with regard to Malappuram, it would be indirectly affecting the Muslim population of Kerala and India. Therefore, the reality, I go by the reality. And for information, I have studied extensively Arabic language. It was an intensive training conducted by the government of Bahrain, which I took interest. I passed in first class, Arabic language. I studied extensively the Quran. Some of the Quran is equivalent to Hindu philosophy. Some of them are already there, common. Only certain verses are going against the interest of the common people, which I have dealt with separately in an article. While I was living in Sultanate of Oman, there was a controversy arose with regard to the banning of Salman Rushdie's Satanic verses. And therefore, I have extensively studied that. My article appeared in Oman Daily News, Oman Daily Observer, with regard to my observation of the views of Salman Rushdie. According to Salman Rushdie, there are some of the verses which was brought into the Holy Quran on the strength of the Satan. That's what Salman wrote. Based on that, I wrote an article which was published in Oman Daily Observer without any reaction, as the type I am now finding in India. Okay, so therefore, one has to take my article in the spirit of a constructive criticism for the larger interest of Kerala, for the larger interest of humanity, for the integrity of human being, for the unity of the human being, for the unity of the country, for the enhancing the image of the country in the eyes of the world around India. Okay? So therefore, my humble request to you is that I am now again telling you on a travel through the southern part of the country. Yesterday I was in Bangalore, today in Puttaparthi, tomorrow I am going to Mysore, and then Chennai, some other towns and small towns, cities and villages. I am not carrying any reference material. If you would have been asking me in Mumbai, my highly advanced